that process of salvation. Now just reach out, call on the name of the Lord, So I think that's
Yeah.
important for us, and it's important for a lot of people to understand because, a lot of people have initial experiences at church, and so they experience these things, and then they go and then they fall and they fail and they get frustrated and they just feel like, man, I can't. I no, you can be redeemed. Nothing can separate you from the love of Jesus Christ.
Amen to that. Amen to that. So Pastor Rios, what got you into ministry?
As a kid, uh, I was, I loved church, raised in church, and my mother, really, I guess, fostered, you know, the church in my life. And as a young boy, there was a man in the church that, made a prophetic proclamation that, I would one day be a preacher or a fireball preacher and whatever. And so I never really kind of, I was a kid, so I didn't really understand all that was. And then as I began to grow up, got involved with the youth group. And the first time I spoke, I had 20 pages of notes, and I talked for like 7 minutes, and I was done. I was like, that is not going to happen, right? And so
Right.
I just kind of I played basketball in high school, played sports, and I had an opportunity to walk on to some junior colleges because I wasn't a very tall guy. I was about 5'6", still am 5'6", but um, so but I still could have an opportunity to play basketball or baseball. Get my college paid for. I wanted to get into business administration, and my dad said, "Give me 1 year of Bible college, seminary, Bible school." And if you feel a call, then you can pursue that. If you don't, you're still young enough. You could go pivot and work on a degree. And so after my freshman year of Bible college, I got a phone call from a pastor in Delaware that asked me to come serve in his church, intern for the summer. And I went to Delaware, which was a unique experience. Like it was like Milford, Delaware, like where the last show was at 5:45. Like the town shut down at like 8 p.m. And so it was really, unique experience. My first time on the East Coast in Delaware, but I had a really cool experience working in the church with the music department. I played a little piano and then with the youth. And I thought, you know what? I think this is where I'm supposed to be. And so I went back and finished my degree. And then it was just, again, that divine leading of the Spirit, and just, felt God leading me, create an opportunity to go work at a church in Southern California. And then from there, it was just like, I had an opportunity to be in full time ministry until I moved to Oxford, and that's when I decided to try my call at a church plant. And so we had to move into a bivocational, state of operation. Obviously, when you don't have a lot of people and you start from scratch, and we didn't have a team or a budget, we just kind of jumped in, parachuted in. But that was kind of my journey. At 19, I went full time, and I've been grateful for the opportunity to be in ministry.